Today's episode of Toast and the Tub podcast is brought to you by Socks Rocks. John's got rocks in his socks. Socks Rocks. The hottest rocks on your block. John's got rocks in his socks. Call John. He'll pull up. 45 minutes or less, or it costs the same goddamn thing. Kill yourself. Don't forget that person doesn't like you back. You'll never be rich. Nobody cares and you'll never be rich. Sorry you suck.
Go on the Toaster in the Tub podcast. What is the Toaster in the Tub podcast? What's the podcast in the Tub? Yeah, that's a good name.
Hey, hi. Episode 31. The Tit Podcast. Tit. T-I-double-T. Soft, squishy, fun, with a nipple. How you doing? Remember when I told you that white people don't like black people because they have small nipples? That's fucked up. I just wanted to... That's how I do jokes. I just be like, hey, remember that episode of Seinfeld where George was gonna marry that lady, but then he bought cheap stamps, and then she was licking them to send out the wedding invitations, and then she died? Remember that? Yeah? Okay. Remember that episode of Bobby's World when his big wheel breaks, and then he just gets a new big wheel? Yeah? Okay, that's what's up. Remember that episode of Ren and Stimpy where for some reason they climb the building but off the fire hydrant? Oh yeah? Okay, I remember that too. Speaking of stupid ass episodes, I feel like nobody's watching Black Mirror this season because everybody's just like over it. Everybody's like, we get it. Computers, they cook your food and they kill you eventually. We're all ready for that. Or either you go inside of them, you know. But this new episode, like, don't get me wrong. I watched the whole season. I think the whole new season. I think I watched like three or four of the episodes. I think it's only like 3 or 4 episodes. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'll go check them more. Maybe they come out timely. Who knows? Point is, I'm watching the season. The Miley Cyrus episode is whack. There's this other episode about this dude with the nigga from That 70s Show. Yeah, that's what I want to refer to this guy as. The dude who plays Eric from That 70s Show. Dumbass. That's funny. I mean, that's not Eric. That's the nigga. What does that dude ever do? I feel like that guy would have been... I've never seen Breaking Bad, but I feel like the guy who played Red Foreman would have been a better lead character on Breaking Bad than the guy who actually was the lead character on Breaking Bad. They should have just not given that guy the role and let him do a couple more seasons of Malcolm in the Middle. Here's a controversial take. I think Malcolm in the Middle was a better TV show than Boy Meets World. Fight me. But anyway, so the new episode of fucking Black Mirror that I was going crazy over. The reason I love it is because it's called Striking Pythons. And it's about being gay. Is it being gay striking pythons always? That's why it's fire. Basically, these dudes play video games together, and then they finally make a video game where you can go inside the video game, and these guys play it, and as soon as they get inside the video game, they start fucking. They can't stop fucking. 2 dudes are just like, oh, our chemistry is amazing. They even get done. Yeah, I'm gonna spoil the rest of the episode just so you know. I'm spoiling the ending. So, you know, here's that. There's no alert. I guess that's enough of an alert. But the point is, I'm about to spoil the ending. They get out of the game. They kiss in real life. They don't even like it. They just like fucking in the game. Is that gay? I'm sure that's the question that the episode's designed to ask you. Like, what is that sexual orientation? I like fucking my homeboy in a video game when he's a girl. Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, am I supposed to get it? I mean, I think I'm supposed to get it, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not closed to it. Like, if that's what sexual orientation you want to do, cool. But my sexual orientation is laughing at sexual orientations that make me giggle. You mad? Because, man, that shit makes me... Fuck, I wish you guys could fucking... I wish you fuckers could... You know. Anyway, I started a emo ska band. Yeah, our name is Despair. I'm very mad. My life is not good. I fucking jumped in the taunted there, dude. I got despair, sat over here, crying every day. I need a beer. Despair. Wait till that album drops. I'm throwing away this whole fucking SoundCloud, whatever the fuck I do now. That actually brings me to another question I was having with myself recently. And it was, I was listening to the record Go Loco by YG. Oh, it's blowing up in the West. If you're in Los Angeles, then all you're hearing is, "My bitch go loco, go loco, go loco, Maria." Shouts out to the little to all the little thoughts that everybody knows from around town that are in the video. That's it. I'm not actually gonna shout them out, but that's cool. But what my question was what would Weird Al Yankovic do with that song? Does anybody remember Weird Al? I wonder how old my listeners are. I feel like I was the last generation of Weird Al. Like, a lot of shit I was the last generation of, which is like toys that weren't video games. Like a Yak Back. I'm 30 years old. So I was born in 1989, which means like I was like 5 years old in like 94, which was cool as fuck. If you were 5 years old in 94, that's what I'm saying. You thought you were home. You thought you were in Home Alone. You know, like shit. If I could have gotten my hands on a goddamn BB gun with the fucking strap, you can't tell me nothing at all. Like, for real, you can't tell me nothing if I'm fucking rocking if I'm home. Kevin McAllister. Yeah, was that the first? Was that my first white icon? I want to say so. Followed by Billy Madison. Yeah, Billy Madison. Me and my friend, we used to always argue which movie was better, Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore. Which one's better? Leave a like in the comment for Billy. Subscribe for Happy. Whatever. I'm kidding. Nobody listens to this. This is for me. For me and me only. I actually just want to, I was like, man, when I skipped a week, I skipped a week. I don't know if anybody noticed. I skipped a week because no one noticed. I skipped a week just to hurt myself. Just to be sure no one would message me. I was like, oh, just skip a week and see if anyone messages you. I knew no one would message me. I knew no one would care. I knew no one would comment and be like, hey, where's the podcast? Here's a secret. You guys want to hear the real secret? I do this podcast so that I can never lose my songs because I'm always scared I'm going to break my computer or lose it or, drop it or some shit. And then I'm like, fuck, the songs I just made are gone. And I want to hear them. Oh shit, my neighbor's yelling at nobody. Man, I hate this neighbor. I hate these neighbors. These are fucking, you ever live in a nice neighborhood, but then they're not rich? That's the worst shit in the world. You got a whole bunch of like old ass ladies that live off like Social Security, and they fucking are worried about like they're looking for like candy wrappers and shit, and trying to blame them on me. You know what I'm saying? They're like looking for trash and being like, "Oh, my neighborhood's going to shit. It's going to shit now." No. It's like you don't. It smells bad because you smell like old moldy pussy. Not because my youthful self loves to smoke delicious cigarettes out front. You know, it's because you old moldy pussy. You bring around all like who the fuck like. I can smell like my downstairs neighbor. I can smell her old through the vents. Like she's old. And you know how like old people, you know how you can like smell old? Yeah, we can smell her old. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I feel bad for my other roommate. She is sticking around. Like the other one, like there's one who's like trying to make it really bad for me. Like one of my roommates, and then the other one is like still pretty chill. But it sucks for her because they're like if I leave, they gotta like pay more rent and shit and do harder stuff. So I'm like, damn, that sucks. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't matter. I'm sure everybody will be fine. That's kind of why I didn't want to talk about this shit until I ranted about, holy fuck. Let's talk about more TV shows I've watched. Because, isn't that all we talk about? Isn't that all I think about? I'm pretty sure all I think about is content that I'm pretty sure this podcast is just me processing the content that I'm looking for a smart word for. I hate when people say, like, when people use, like, slightly the wrong word. Like, right now, when you use the word content I've indulged, I wouldn't say content I've indulged. It's more content I've processed. You know, indulging makes it sound like a delicious chocolate cake. But, no, I just processed it. You get what I'm saying? So, whatever. Euphoria. Yep, let's talk about Euphoria. That shit's fire. Euphoria is so good. Those are all my friends. That little girl, fucking Zendaya on Euphoria, those are my friends. Like, I love how the show starts out, and it's like, there's no reason for me to be on drugs. I just love them. Like, I mean, there's a reason, but it's like all suburban boredom type reasons. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, mom didn't pay enough attention to me. I had a freak out one day. I couldn't breathe. Anxiety, I'm pretty sure, even though I'm even more sure that I'm wrong, but I'm also pretty sure that anxiety comes from, like, lack of other problems. You know, think about it. Think about a person who just has anxiety attacks over nothing. Probably means they don't have, like, bills to pay. Or didn't have, you know what I'm saying? They were just bored as shit. And they're like, I should be nervous about something. There's something for me to worry about. I freak out. Freak out. Can't breathe. And I'm like, damn. You should, That's crazy. That show is so fucking crazy, though. Because it's really good for people like myself who love drugs. And everybody else. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody loves drugs, but most people have discipline to be like, nah, let me chill. And I actually have a lot of discipline myself as well. I just go hard when I go hard. But at the same time, there's a lot of people who are like, I mean, like, nobody, like, that's why they're called drugs, because they make you feel good. Like, I don't think of salvia as a drug. I think of salvia as a trick. You get what I'm saying? Drugs are things that make you feel good. If I take it and then I freak out, then it feels like I was either I tricked myself or I was tricked, by whoever told me about it. It's a trick, essentially. But a drug is like, if I go to my dealer and I say, yo, what's up? Can I get, 5 mollies? And he says, yeah, I'll give you 5 mollies. I'll throw in this other thing that's like a molly but better, and it gives you blah, blah, blah. You want that? For free? Yes. That's a free drug. That's a drug. Now, some people can say, no, I don't want that drug because I'm afraid of how I'll act, or I need to chill. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'll feel too good and I'll want to do it more. So I'm aware of that. You say, okay, fine, don't do it. Like, don't do it. But, like, it's awesome the way she described it. She was like, she said they found out her dad had cancer or some shit. Point is, she freaked out about it, and she had to go to the hospital, and they gave her Valium at a young age. Nigga, let's talk about it. Do you know how good a pain pill feels? I don't do pain pills because that's the discipline I have. Because I know that benzos and pain pills are they're too, like, a fucking Percocet costs like, what, $25 right now, a pill? Like, really high, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, what I'm saying is, like, you'll just do 5 of those and then just be like, all right, I'm just gonna buy heroin. Like, let me just buy heroin instead, is what I'm saying. It's like, I'm kind of thinking ahead, but I'm not saying the shit don't feel good. You're crazy as shit if you think the shit doesn't, you know what I'm saying? If you think a fucking pill doesn't feel amazing, or whatever doesn't feel amazing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the point. Like, it's supposed to feel amazing. She took a pill that I think was, I forget what they called it, but I've done it before. It's like acid, but it's not very visual, but it makes everything go slow, and then you can feel people talking. I've definitely done that pill. I forgot what it's called. I did it in my living room like 6 months ago. With one of my roommates, actually. But that was but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is, like, that's where I'm from. Like, big cities, you'll get a bunch of weed and a bunch of coke, and a bunch of kids that are like, oh, you want to do weed and coke on the weekend? We're bad. Fucking go to these small towns, and niggas are making shit. I used to have a homeboy. We're not here. This isn't Did You Miss Me podcast. This isn't like one of those podcasts where you incriminate all your friends. So I won't tell you who, or their name or whatever. But I used to have this friend in high school who would take muscle relaxers, benzo, like an Adderall, a Klonopin, a Xanax, and like a muscle relaxer, and crush them up and make a mix out of it, and then put that into pills. Like, make his own pills that were like super drugs of like weird drugs. And like, I want to say even put morphine in there too. But it'd be like super drugs of like, and then he would do different ones. He would like do different mixes, and like, this nigga was like inventing pills and shit. That's what I'm saying. We on that life. Don't get me wrong. I know in the big cities they have like, they have all those drugs, even now, you know what I'm saying? But I just mean, like, that's what I mean. Like, I was lucky enough to grow up with yak backs, and like, if you watch Home Alone, he didn't have a cell phone. He had what we had, which was walkie-talkies. You had to be friends with your neighbor because your walkie-talkie wouldn't really go past your street. So I'd be friends with, like, two of my neighbors had walkie-talkies, so we just walk and talk, or I guess sit and talk in our rooms. But about dumb shit, and shit like that. Whose sister we wanted to fuck and shit. So what I'm saying is, like, I remember in high school, I didn't get a cell phone. My grandma actually got a cell phone, but she didn't hold it with her. She just left it at home. So I started carrying it like, oh, I'll carry this, emergency calls, pulling hose. So I started pulling hose on her phone, and all that shit. And she finally got me one when I say some shit, like, I was talking to homegirl yeah, you know how I do. I just cut in and then go back to the story. I was talking to homegirl, I wrap both stories around to each other. I was talking to homegirl, a couple days ago, and I was wearing these other pair of glasses that aren't my normal pair of glasses. She was like, why you don't wear those? I was like, because I get too many compliments. Like, sometimes it's just hard to not say something that sounds really cool is what I'm trying to say. But yes, I didn't fuck a million girls. I fucked maybe like 2 girls in high school, but I talked to like at least 50 girls in high school. Like, I was out here, I was talking, I was the talking to girls dude. I was like, I would text all the girls because I had a cell phone, too. Like that's what y'all don't like. A cell phone was like a cell phone in the early 2000s was like I'm talking early 2000s niggas before 2004. Before 2004. So yes, everybody like my high school by the time it was like 2006, 7, we all had cell phones. We get it. I'm talking 2004 I had the phone. You fucks. This is ninth grade. You know what I'm saying? Like we're like, fuck yeah. Only me and my homeboy had a couple of my homeboys had a phone. I remember I thought he was rich because his parents, because he had a MP3 player that held like 100 songs, and then his parents went and bought him another MP3 player, and I was like, holy shit. Like to us that would be like a nigga buying a movie theater and then his parents being like, oh, you want another movie theater? And like, holy fuck. And I was just thinking, I'll never get a movie theater. Like, cause like that's what's crazy. Like nowadays we be watching shit. Literally watch some shit. I was talking to my homie the other day, yesterday. And was it yesterday? It was maybe 2 days ago. Who cares about the accuracy of what day it is? I could be making up the whole story. I could have never talked to anyone since the last podcast. Who the fuck knows or cares? But I'm talking to him recently. He's got the old Lexus with the fucking CD player with no CDs. I'm like, nigga, you better get your ass in there and make some CDs. That's how, sometimes you gotta tell him like Craig told Smokey. You better get that money. You better get your ass in there and make that little money. Had these niggas come by shooting at us. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but I'm like, you better get in there and make some CDs, nigga. You better get in there and get that Chief Keef Back from the Dead too, nigga, on deck. You better get that. You better go download the whole I Love McConan, Drink More Water too. With your dumb ass. You know what I'm saying? You need there's shit. Go get Lil Wayne the Suffix. There's full mixtapes or albums, or really mixtapes too. You can just download every song. That's why I'm using these mixtapes specifically. You can just go get all the songs, put that shit on the mix. Hey, bro, I'm rocking to those. Like, imagine having a CD changer, because you got a little 4-disc CD changer, the old school joint. I'm like, boy, if you don't get your ass in there, get Suffix, get Like Father, Like Son. Yep, I said like father, like son, so you can ride around. Yeah. I got the shoes with the matching big kits. Yeah, yeah. Look at this. Take a picture. Click, click. Take a picture. Take a picture. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Yeah. Started with a brick. Now a nigga 106. Man, y'all wildin'. If you ain't wildin', bro, I'll slap that shit all summer. All summer, my nigga. But yeah, point is, no, there's no point. Sorry, I'm sorry. Almost tried to make you believe there was a point. Oops, my bad. No point. I ate a bunch of these. You ever eat hot Cheetos? And then shit bright red? Like bright red? Like bright red. Like, I be shitting neon colors. Sometimes I just drink a bunch of beer and I shit really bright green. And I'm like, yeah, that you got something. Boy, your ass dead as a motherfucker. You actually dead. You're actually not alive. Niggas is dead out here. So that's life. Make sure you don't. Let me drop these. Not like let me pay some bills, aka work from our sponsors, aka me being the sponsor. I pretty much just want to tell you my Instagram and shit. Like, go follow me on the gram. Follow me on Patreon. I guess I'm gonna put the fucking podcast on iTunes. Okay. But go. I'll tell you what the iTunes link is. I'm not doing that until maybe 2 more podcasts. But it doesn't matter. I don't care. Like when it comes on iTunes and then you see it starts on episode 34, then you'll just be like, oh, I wonder where I can find these. Go Google it, and then Google will take you to YouTube. Everybody thinks it's so I'm sick of people not finding shit. Like every time I'm on fucking Chatterbait, and then the girl's screen says, like, she's about to get naked, and then her screen goes blank and it says private session, click here to watch, you know what I do? I just go to her username and then I type it right into Google and then finish masturbating. Because her nudes are right. She's nude right there. One like 2 clicks away. You highlight it, you click the name, you go up to the top, click paste and search. You paste and search. There you go. You just stole from a sex worker. How does that feel? Yeah, but man, you guys don't even know. Well, I guess everyone does know. Everyone except for rich people does know that fucking slavery. It's all slavery. I be picking this goddamn cotton, so it's just no one can win. In an ideal world, then the sex workers would show their boobies for free, and they would also get Ferraris for free. You know, we all deserve everything. I'm not here to be like, I deserve this and you don't deserve that. Is that socialist? I don't know. Doesn't matter. The point is that, there you go, slipping up, pretending there's a point again. Not a point. Sorry about that. Okay, so on Instagram it is SLAYRRRRRRRRR. That is 8 R's. Slayer. 8 R's. Slayer. That is me on Patreon, on Instagram, on Twitter. Yeah, I have like 5 tweets, but it doesn't really matter. I don't really tweet ever. I used to have a Twitter that had like 11K, and damn, should I tell that story right now? No, I'm not going to tell that story. You know what I'm going to tell? I'll tell my Twitter story one day, but because it's like a whole episode. Like, it's a Twitter epic. It's like the way I gained followers and then eventually had to lose them. You know, I came up with the likes of Young Turd. You know, go Google Young Turd. I came up with Rich Chigga. Yeah, I call him Rich Chigga forever because that's what his name is, not Rich Brian. If you don't shut the fuck up, I don't want to call that dude Brian. Even DC Young Fly and those people. It was like around that time when I was like, yo, now DC Young Fly sells out stadiums. Rich Chigga, he's on tour on festivals. Young Turd, I think he lives in my neighborhood actually. I seen him, I think, at the Ralph's one time. So I mean, I guess we're we're right on the same shit. No, I think I saw him on a podcast too, on like Logan Paul podcast or some shit. I'm not trying to do Logan Paul's podcast. Well, I would actually. I like Logan Paul. Yep, controversial statement. I do like Logan Paul, but I like being mean to him. He seems like somebody it'd be fun to be mean to. You know, like say rude things that he might not understand. And then even if he does understand it, still winking him like, gotcha, dummy. I like that. I'm into that. He's a cool guy. Like, he seems like he likes to lose, you know, like arguments and shit. Like, he seems like he's, like, that's basically me. It's like, I like anybody who will ride into battle on their horses in the back, you know, ride into battle, like, and even if they're going to take that L, that's what I've always done. I've taken mad L's, but I've always ridden, you know, chest poked out, big old dick in hand. So fuck it. Yeah, I'd rather talk about Father's Day though. Let's talk about what happened Father's Day. The weirdest shit ever. First off, my roommate is like something weird. I don't know. She's just being a dick. She's just stomping around. She like lets her dog pee everywhere in the house. I'm like, man, niggas we're really trying to convince me that this was a good that's like a good idea, but like there's literally pee on the floor right now. Like every second there's pee on the floor. The dog is just like, I pee. It's an old dog, you know. So everybody's just like, it'll die soon. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna die soon. Can it like pee in a designated place though until then, you know, or just like even in your room, like lock him in the room so he could pee in your area? He's like, nah, nigga, I don't want this pee in my area. Duh. So whatever. Point is, Father's Day. I'm stepping over P. Blah blah blah. Vermin's being a dick. I post this picture of me wearing like a silly hat, and I say something like, I guess I should show you guys. I guess I should tell you exactly what I say. So it's like a real accurate story. Let me get that going right quick. It's not a funny caption, but everybody knows. Niggas know. My brand is the fact that you'll be hearing this when I'm dead. That's the whole brand of me. You know, my Instagram bio says I do a sad ass podcast, and it's most sad because nobody listens to it. So I heard that. Ain't nobody else heard that. But the point is, my picture says, it exactly says, one day I'll be dead. And that's the upside. Yep, in my voice. Isn't that fire? I don't even think my father knows my voice. Because now I want to tell you guys about my father. My father, I met him. I literally think I met this dude I might have met him twice. I know I didn't meet him 3 times. You know, I hung out with him when my grandma took me to Jamaica. Because this nigga is exiled to Jamaica for his own shit. For whatever he did. You know, nigga got caught up. He should have, he didn't 6ix9ine, so I can give him that much. But he got caught up and I guess kicked out of America because he was from Jamaica. So he's in Jamaica. I'm going to maybe 5th grade, maybe 6th grade, right in that area. And my grandma was like, I'm going to take you out to the island, let me see your father, baby. Because I used to talk to him from time to time. And that's the thing. I've met him a couple times. I've talked to him less than 10 times. Let's put it like that. I've talked to him, past the age of 12, I've talked to this dude less than 10 times. So I go, so a couple months ago, I started noticing this nigga be watching my stories. Nigga, I can see who watches my story, and it's not that many people. It's maybe 100 people ever. So I'm like, oh shit, this nigga be watching my goddamn story. Because I see his name, and I'm like, yeah, that's the only nigga with his name. He got one picture of himself. I'm like, yeah, weird ass dude. This nigga's online so he could creep me. He probably found me because I talked to his other son, who's my half brother. Good kid out there. He's in New York. I talk to him all the time. Well, not all the time, but I talk to him from time to time. I've talked to him more than I've talked to my father. Let's put it like that. I go. I post a picture. One day I'll be dead, and that's the upside. Hey everybody, go to my Instagram. SLAY. R. That's 8 R's. Go to my Instagram. SLAY. No E. Do not write an E. It's not Slayer. It's slur. Slayer. See what I'm saying? Right to slur. So anyway, this nigga goes. This nigga goes, I think to be alive would better suit a king like you. My father, I thought I blocked him. When I saw him watching my stories. I was like, whoa. What I did was I blocked him from watching my story. But he sees my post. You know how you can block, you can mute your story, make it so people can't see your story. I did that, but he actually checked my post. He actually saw this post. So I immediately commented back to him, LOL, thought you were blocked, sir. And blocked him. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in talking to any of my ex-girlfriends or most of my ex-girlfriends, and I fucked them. So no, I'm not interested in talking to my father, who I talked to, like I said, I've even seen maybe twice. So I went to Jamaica. I saw him as a kid. He was old hanging out ass dude. I remember he was hanging out. Even as an adult, I'm like, hey, that's not cool. Now I look back, I'm like, hey, it's not cool to be hanging out. You better get up, get out, and get some. Don't let the days of your life pass you by. But the point is, if I'm a fucking king, Not even. I'm not a king. Okay, guys. Let's just leave it at that. You're not. You don't be walking up to me telling me what I am. Nigga, I don't know you. Nigga, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I just don't know him. Like, I just don't. Like, it's like, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. What the fuck, man? You know, like, okay. Imagine an uncle that you didn't know you had doing the exact same thing. That's exactly how it feels. You know, I'm just like, hey. Fuck you talking to me for, man? It's the internet. It's my internet. Go over to your internet somewhere, you fuck. Yeah, and if the nigga finds this shit, I hope he listens to, listen to this. I'll tell you the same shit. Go do something, bro. You got a bunch of kids. Go make more kids or something. Go do something. Don't try to tell me nothing. Like, there's nothing to tell somebody after the age of 20, honestly. And I've been after the age of 20 for 10 years now, so I'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it really not even 20. Like, after like 14, people want to stop listening, but you can still tell them stuff that, you can still barely get through. But after the age of 20, just shut up. If I've been paying my own rent for a while, then it's over. You can't teach me nothing because now I figured out how to pay my own rent. So that's kind of all that people are alive for, is to pay their, all we do is fucking be a peasant, pay your own rent. Oh, damn. As a kid, I used to always say, why he won't buy me Jordans, and shit like that. Now, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm happy to not be the type of person that is confined by wearing Jordans. What I mean by that is I'm happy I'm not like an off the mannequin ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like walking to the store. Because when I was a little kid, I used to walk into the store and do that and be like, oh, that mannequin looks cool. I want that. Whoa, man. That's how you walk into school and wearing the same shirt as the other kid, man. And it's you know how traumatizing that is? You saw the episode of Atlanta where he was wearing the fake FUBU, blah, blah, blah. Basically, even if both of y'all are wearing real shit, it still looks fake. I mean, it not even looks fake. It doesn't look fake. Even if y'all are both wearing the same shit, we're still going to judge who's wearing it better. And then somebody's still going to roast the other person. Like, if you're children, you're still going to get roasted based on, like, one of them being fake or, blah, 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 blah. It's just annoying. The point is, now that I'm an adult, hey, here goes another one of those brags that's an accidental brag. But literally, I get compliments on everything I wear. Like, everything I wear, somebody's like, oh, that's so nice. Where'd you get? I'm like, nah, I just found it. I found it in the trash. That's what I tell people all the time. I found my clothes in the trash. They're like, oh, you were thrifting? I'm like, no, I was in the trash. I go to people's trash cans. Shit probably got bed bugs on it. My dick itch. What's up? They be like, let me get out of here. You fucks. So yeah, point is, stop rocking where everybody will be rocking. Don't be an off the mannequin ass nigga, and don't listen to your father. I bet you your father's an off the mannequin ass nigga, bro. Your father's wearing a fucking gray Nike sweatsuit, top and bottom. Just so you know, with some fucking chancletas. What kind of king in New York wearing chancletas? Oh man, that's awesome. I love that. All right, I talked enough. Thanks for not listening, the entire world. Like, isn't that probably why nobody listens? Because I literally talk to the people that aren't listening instead of you people who are listening. What a piece of shit I am. Well, maybe tell them I'm talking about them, you guys, and then we'll see how that works. So anyway, till next week. I might not. Till next time. I'll probably drop one next week. I might even drop a bonus because I'm kind of in the mood. But like I said, I got terrorists around me. These niggas out here trying to get at me. So I'm trying to figure shit out. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is don't wear chancletas. Wear Crocs. Oh! Shouts out to my fucking homeboy. He bought me some goddamn Grateful Dead Crocs. Like I said, everything I put on, I get mad compliments. I got money at round 2, like to buy some shit. That's like a little hypebeast store. I can't find nothing. All they want me to get is them goddamn Nike Supreme shoes with the flames on them. I'm like, man, I got real hoes. But I love you. I love you guys. I love everybody. Like I said, go follow me on some shit. SLAYRRRRRRRRR. That's 8 R's. Slayer. I love you. Bye.
Do the dance, that robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s. Do that dance, that robot from the 80s, the robot from the 80s. Do that dance, that robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s. Ride really fast, drive fast with sunglasses in your Mercedes. Do the dance, that robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s. Do that dance, that robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s. Do that dance, that robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s. Do that dance, that robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s. Do that dance, that robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s. Go home with old ladies, go home with old ladies. Do that dance, that robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s. Do the dance, that robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s. Drive through a roadblock. Do the dance, that robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s, yeah. Do the dance, that robot from the 80s, robots from the 80s, robot from the 80s. Do the dance, robots from the 80s, yeah. Do the dance, robot from the 80s, 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 yeah. Do the dance, that, yeah. Do the dance, that, yeah. Do the dance, that robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s, Harlem Shake from the early 2000s, or Harlem Shake from the early 2000s. Do the dance, that Harlem Shake from the early 2000s, not the one from the late 2000s, not the one from the late 2000s, not the one from the late 2000s. Do that one dance, do that one dance, that dance. Do that one dance, that one dance, that dance. Do that one dance, that one dance, that dance. Do that dance, that one dance, that dance, that dance. Do that dance, that robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s. Word dance, that robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s. Hands on your knees, ladies. 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 Do the dance, that robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s. That robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s. Do the dance, that robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s. Go home and hold that Mercedes. Do the dance, that robot from the 80s, 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 that robot from the 80s. Do the dance, that robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s. Go home with old ladies. Do the dance, that robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s. Ride through a roadblock in your old ass Mercedes. Do the dance, that robot from the 80s, 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 that robot from the 80s. Do the dance, that motherfucking dance. Do the dance, that motherfucking dance. Do the dance, that motherfucking dance, that motherfucking dance. Do the dance, that motherfucking dance, that do the dance, that motherfucking dance, that do the dance, that motherfucking dance, that dance. Do the dance, that robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s. Put on your sunglasses, drive your old Mercedes. Do the dance, that robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s, yeah. Do the dance, that robot from the 80s, or robot from the 80s. Don't none of you ladies better ever shake me. Don't none of you better lady ever shake me. Do the dance, the robot from the 80s. Do rubber dance, robot from the 80s. Do the dance, robot from the 80s. Do the dance, do that, yeah. Do the dance, robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s. That do the dance, robot from the 80s, robot from the 80s, yeah. Do the dance, robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s, yeah. That robot, yeah. Do the dance, robot from the 80s, that 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 robot from the 80s, yeah. Do the dance, that robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s, the robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s, that robot from the 80s, yeah.
Baby, I'm not a taker. I could never take her. Yeah. Baby, sign here for my dick. Sign here for consent. Sign here for my dick. Sign here for consent. Sign here for my dick. Sign here for consent. I am not a taker. I would never rape her. It sounds harsh, it sounds so bad when I say it, but it's true. Niggas like you trying to do some fucked up things. I told her, sign here for my dick. Sign here for consent. I am not a raper. I would never take her. Sign here for my dick. Sign here for consent. I would never take her. Baby, I don't want her. I
I can't take her. She don't got no boom boom rhythm. Girls with step back, I can't wear them. Pretty lips, you're a pretty lip. No, I'm not a tipper. I may have sexes with a stripper, but not the one I'm tipping. Please don't call this pimping. No tomfoolery or no tricking. I just want consensual cheeks. It's we on drugs and you look over at me. I don't wanna regret anything. I just wanna fuck with who's consenting. Are you consenting with me? Are you, baby? Sign here for my dick. Sign here for my dick. Sign here for my dick. Sign here for consent. Sign here for my dick. Sign here for consent. I am not a taker. I would never rape her. Sign here for my dick. Sign here for consent. Sign here for my dick. Sign here for consent. Sign here for my dick. I would never take her. No, I'd never take her. No, no. Baby.